you guys went down there and beat them in league play earlier this year and then lost in the Open Cup. They're struggling in the league, but all of a sudden they find themselves in the Open Cup final. What do you make of their season that they're having?
It's obviously a down season for them. They're not quite a program or a club that's used to not doing well, or at least having a good run and making a push to hopefully get in the playoffs. So they're definitely lost right now, but anytime you go in a different tournament and do well, there's always confidence after you win a game and you keep pushing on. So they're a dangerous team. I believe that we can beat them, and we're definitely gonna have to prepare like they're coming out flying and they're confident in themselves in the group. So it's gonna be a difficult game, and they, as much as they might not be that good in league, they still have the players that can pull off plays and make something happen.
When you have rival games like this, does this give you a little bit of extra motivation going into the game?
Yeah, it definitely does, because anytime you play against a team that there's definitely some, not hate, but there's some sort of bite to the game, and a rival team like that, it's always difficult to not get up for a game like that, even if they're not doing so well, because they're obviously going to get up for the game. So it's going to be important that we set the tone and get after them, because there's always a bit of a fight going on, and guys lipping and jawing and getting stuck in on tackles. So it's going to be a physical game for sure.
You guys annoyed after Saturday, Jeff? And has that carried over, or do you just forget about it, wipe it away, and come back fresh?
You forget about it, but I was definitely annoyed for sure. I mean, there was a lot of anger that I had inside after a game like that, because even though Chicago, hats off to them, they did what they could to get the result. And, they're a better team than they've shown in the early parts of this season. And I could tell guys were frustrated. There was some chippiness going on in the beginning of the week, and there had to be some talks with Hack and some of the other coaches telling us to calm down and to get over it and to move on, because there's a lot of times that you lose a game, and you don't want to take that loss and take it into the next game and then have that affect the game that you have coming up. So let that light a fire on you and let that push you a little bit, but you got to move on as fast as you can, and it's not a good result for us, and we could have separated ourselves from some teams and climbed the table a little bit, but that's behind us now, and games like that happen.
But kind of piggybacking off that, we come into a rivalry game with the history of DC United. How important is it to channel that emotion, and can you?
It's gonna be tough. I mean, I can't say that I'm great at it and I know how to do it, but you definitely have to try to keep your head, because they're obviously gonna try to get under your skin and try to get you to do certain things and get off your game. And, everything that you've been planning on all week, you don't want that to get thrown out the door once a guy gets in on a tackle with you and starts saying some things. You don't want that to affect you and change the way the game is, because we have a plan to come in here and to obviously to win the game and to push the game and put it on our terms. So we don't want them to deter that and to make us lose focus and make the game difficult for us.
What has the preparation been like this week, knowing this is a DC team that has had so many changes since the last time you see them? Does that present a challenge?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's tough for our coaches and for us to prepare for it. It's almost like the Belichick thing, where everybody's on the injured list and you never know who's really going to play. And this you keep on hearing different things. They're going to throw out a lineup of guys that you haven't seen, or guys that played earlier in the year, or guys that are maybe not in favor. So it's a difficult game for us to prepare for, but we have to prepare for ourselves and get ourselves ready and focus on us. So as much as you like to look at the team that you're playing against and get ready and knowing who you're going to play and guys you're going to match up against, it's more important that you get your mind right and get focused on the task at hand and really focus on yourself.
Going back to Chicago, you guys dropped that frustrating game against them, and then DC comes out and beats them a couple days later.
Right.
Does that get in your head at all, seeing
Yeah.
that DC is able to handle it?
When I heard the result, I was like, man, geez. I mean, DC team that's not doing well goes in and gets a result, does well, and moves on to the next stage of you know, an important tournament. So it definitely does, because you know, we go out and lose to Chicago, and then DC goes in and beats them and moves on. So it's in the back of my mind for sure. But hopefully that motivates us and motivates me to push harder and to get a good result this weekend.
You okay?
Good.
Thanks.